Yo, what up? This is Big Cappuccino and the Great Wu-Tang Clan, Killer Bees on the Swarm.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Bizarre from D12.
Yo, what's good, y'all? This is Doug E. Fresh.
Hey, Redman is in the building. You already know.
Hey guys, this is Emily Peachy.
Shout out, man, to Worldwide Collaborations, man.
I want to shout out Worldwide Collaborations, LLC.
Shout out to the Worldwide Collaborations, LLC.
World Movement, beyond thousands of movements.
The world movement, beyond thousands of movements.
All about representing each other together. So check this out.
What's up? You want to be a part of this? You want to be a part of the Worldwide Collaboration?
You guys should all be a part of Worldwide Collaboration.
Worldwide Collaborations, LLC. Check us out, man, and check what's going on, man. Word up. I have recently been choosing to be a spokesman and an ambassador, so you will see a lot more of me. Join the movement, man. It's beyond thousands of movements right now and talents put together, all about representing each other together.
I want to join, so I might see you there. All right, much success.
This is a worldwide collaboration song.
Yeah. Look, brainstorming, creative thinking, and new ideas, inventing inventions, representing everything, having members collaborate. Worldwide collaborations, ongoing visualizations, programming operations, bringing everyone together equals more motivation. In the situation we live in, there is no concentration. All the people in the world, but no consideration for everyone making excuses, complaining, completely ignoring everything you were saying.
Welcome back to another started episode of the Chatterbox with King Jacob. And I am your host, King Jacob. So welcome to Motivational Mondays, Mindful Mondays, Money Mondays, just a happy Monday all the way around the board. And we are here. And we're blessed to get through the weekend to start another glorious and a blessed week. And so tonight, I have another star-studded superstar in the building, from up north, upstate New York. And let's welcome, to the platform, Nicole Sunshine Dalton. What's happening, Queen?
Hello. Good evening, everyone. About the tardiness, guys. Computer, not sad, but
it's good, Queen. It's good, Queen. So we are celebrating sunshine tonight. Yeah, we're in the building celebrating sunshine. So when people ask you, who is Nicole Sunshine Dalton and why are we celebrating sunshine? What is your response?
Well, we're not celebrating sunshine. We're celebrating others. There's a lot of people here today in the world that do not celebrate each other. And me growing up in the village, I was always taught to celebrate someone. If they have a beautiful dress, oh, I love that dress, queen. Or, oh, a guy dressed nice in a suit. I love how you're dressed. You're dressed sharp. Compliment. Things to that nature. Society lost that. So after a few years and the pandemic hit, I said, create sunshine, celebrate sunshine. You bring a ray of light, because anytime I walk into a room, if I'm the one walking in, I say hello to everybody. If I'm walking into an elevator and people are there, I say hello. That's just how it was raised. So maybe if I rub off on people, we could try to change the negative in society to a positive. So I like to spread the light and I spread the sunshine.
Okay, love light. I can dig it. So from a professional standpoint of view, it's good to involve others in celebrating their rare sunshine. I can dig that because the world needs more of that. I can definitely dig that. So who is the honorable, the incomparable Nicole Dalton? Like, we want to know who she is.
Well, who I am is a mother first. I'm a woman, full blown protector, minister in training, but evangelist. I give my shirt off my back to someone if they were in need. If I have it, I'll do it. And just try to make it more happy. You know, just
Right.
got one life to live. Let's live it to the fullest. So I love activities, jet skis. People say I'm a bit different.
Right. Right.
Horseback, zip lining, like let's go. So I love to have fun. I love to help. Love to have fun. Capture the
Okay.
moment. Taking time out.
Okay. So from a professional standpoint of view, um,
I'm a
what's
paralegal.
okay.
I'm
Okay. Oh. Now we getting into it. Okay. Okay.
See, there's
All right.
different
Okay.
of sunshine. There's
Okay.
the author, there's the paralegal, there's the activist, which I do. I used to do foster care, had 13 children that come through my home. I pray over them, treat them like they're mine until the courts tell me otherwise. Yeah, I'm
Oh
that
yeah.
person.
We gonna get into all of that. We're gonna get into all of that. Yeah. So being that you are a paralegal, I work
Mhm.
with um when I lived in the DC area. I used to work for Aiken Gump Scrousen Field on DuPont on 17th and DuPont Circle. And so I worked as a law clerk. And so I work with paralegals really, really, really closely. So when it comes to working with you guys, it can be a bit challenging. Especially when deadlines got to be met and you guys are working directly with the legal secretary and the lawyers. So um with with that being said, what field of law did you work in first of all? Was
Okay.
it
I
was it
did
litigation? Oh, okay, okay,
criminal justice.
okay.
And no. When the attorney is assigned by the courts to represent a pedophile or someone that murdered kids and things, that just rubbed me the wrong way. And I know it's by law, they have to be mandated at times, but yeah, not I. No. So I walked away from that. Then I learned, so I know a lot about criminal justice and I try to stay clear from. Then I started working for an attorney who did Medicare and how the Caucasians that are rich, how they save money and hide money. And you want to know how they hide money. I learned a lot from that because they'll put it in a state trust and estates and make pay the state for a few months, and then the state is paying the rest for them while they're in a nursing home until they die. Oh, I learned a whole lot of how they hide money. Then I didn't like some of the shady ways that the attorney was doing. So I stepped away from that and I went back into personal injury. Personal injury, I have a very close situation with that because I was in a car accident and you need compassion during that time when you're injured and the insurance
Hmm.
company to try to nickel and dime you and not pay you for your lost wages that you pay for the insurance. So
Right.
yeah, so
Okay.
now
Okay.
for 3 years.
Okay then. Okay. Okay. So yeah, being a paralegal can be very challenging. Especially when because the firm I you know worked for, it was a copyright litigation patent and trademark firm. So totally different. Totally different. Work with a lot of Fortune 500 companies, a lot of business owners, a lot of up and coming people who wanted ideas, patenting, and stuff like that. So it was interesting. I mean, it was interesting to know how in some people's spare time they create something that's gonna make them millions of dollars just by working on it 2 3 hours a day. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And so it was very interesting. So, but yeah, that law is a beast. It ain't for the weak. Any type of law that you practice or any type of position that you have, whether it's a law clerk, even even from the mailroom clerk standpoint of view. Certain dockets have to be delivered. They can't be misplaced. And if you know anything about a mailroom when it comes to a law firm, um, this is definitely a lot, a lot. Because some law firms have about 400 lawyers in there, and they have about 42 partners. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so, when a lawyer is telling you that they about to make partner, that's big. You know what I mean? Because people work years and years to make partner. So, it's very big. So, but yeah, that's definitely interesting. Working for a law firm and working side by side with a lawyer or even a paralegal. So let's get into something that's near and dear to my heart. You said that you was a foster mother. So I've been talking to um, a few friends of mine that's connected with foster agencies and things. So what me and a few partners want to do is we want to start doing foster care talent showcases. You know what I mean? Because I really feel like foster kids don't really get the chance that that they may deserve. So why not do a showcase inside the agency? You know what I mean? And yeah, so tell me why you became a foster parent, the levels and the struggles of being a foster parent, and how did the system piss you off? Because I know they did.
Oh, yes, they did. So, foster care, we in my family, I have ministers, I have pastors, I have evangelists, things to that nature in our bloodline. So, my aunt and my grandmother used to do the foster care because there's a lot of kids out here that's hurting. There's a lot of kids that are not actually born. And unfortunately, the parents act not in their best interest, just to say it nicely and correctly, if you know what I mean. So,
Hmm.
with that, somebody needs to love these babies and let them know everybody is not evil and everybody out here is not out for themselves. So I signed up for foster care. I prayed on it and meditated first because I already had 3 kids of my own and a granddaughter that was about to be born. But God said, do it. And I know now why, because I was protecting a lot of these babies from the caseworkers, from the lack of co-workers doing their job and their due diligence. And it was a hot mess. Hot mess. Hot with the caseworkers doing underhanded things, not telling the parents, because the parents still have rights until the courts take it away. You're the foster parent. You don't have rights like that. But
Hmm.
or in my household, I treat every child like they're mine until they're not in my house. So with
Okay.
that, for myself, one, as a paralegal, two, I'm covering myself because you're not going to bring no mess up in my house and try to call a backlash on us. No, I document everything. As you know, as a law clerk and paralegal, we document everything, timestamp
Right.
it.
Right.
And so with my first case, literally with my first case, she was 3 days old. We just came back from Sesame Street Place celebrating my son's birthday. Got a call, a newborn is in the hospital and they want us to take her because the mother was Italian and the father was African American. Her parents said, we want to see what color she's going to change before we decide taking her. So they allowed their granddaughter to go into foster care because of racial discrimination. That's one. And the caseworker told me all this. That's two. So we take her. I pray over them when they come, and then I bring them to church, and I have the pastor pray over because the shepherd of the house, follow protocol so that way this child is covered and protected.
Hmm.
Taking notes, and I write down everything. The caseworker said, "Oh, I want her to meet the grandparents. They're thinking about taking her now." But meanwhile, the mother already told them she does not want the grandparents near her child.
Mm-hmm.
Mother has rights, and they wasn't heeding. So I took pictures with my iPhone that has the camera data stand. So this is what you're not going to do. In case it goes left field, it's not coming back on me. So I made sure timestamped and everything. The caseworker tried to do a 1017 to remove the baby from our home and give it to the grandparents against the mother's wishes. I found out about it because I have friends in the court and they know that what I do, and they know the baby was in my house. So when my name came across that, they called me and was like, "Oh, you need to get the parents and you here ASAP."
Mm-hmm.
So I got there and I told them no. I refused because the mother can fight and the father can fight to keep the child in the foster parent home until the mother is done with her drug rehabilitation and that list that they get.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to fight some more and still try to pull the baby out. So I took it to the state. Guess who won with the state?
You did, of course.
Yeah, me. As I said, Exhibit A, Exhibit B, like I printed out all the messages from the caseworker and I printed out the picture, timestamped everything. The judge was like, "What do you do?" I said, "I'm a paralegal." She said, "Thank you for your due diligence." And then she turned to this Erie County and said, "You need to explain to me why all this underhanded stuff was done. If Miss Dalton didn't bring it to our attention, that poor baby would have been another one through the cracks." So, I became enemy number one with the county after that. I didn't care.
Right. Right. So, with that being said, the parents, you was in connection with the biological parents, right?
Correct.
Okay, and so the battle, the back and forth between the biological parents and the grandparents, was that really, really intense, and did it did it really become a thing where you kind of had to lay some ground rules for the parents that when it comes to this child, you will not discuss anything with the grandparents?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. After fighting for the child and protecting the child, the mother then started getting clean, and her parents started talking in her ear, saying, "Oh, she's acting like that's her child now. Oh, she's acting like this. She's acting like that. I think it's time for you to sign over her to come live with us, and you can see her anytime," or anything like that. So, yes, unfortunately, it when I would lay down ground rules and everything, and the mother was like, "She's my daughter." That's when I knew something was wrong, and I was just like, "Okay." She was like, "You know what? I'm the only mother." I said, "I never said I was her mother. I said I'm just treating her like she's my daughter, so that way she feels loved until you get better." But yeah, it went left field, and I was like, "Nope." I was like, "Go ahead. Your parents could take her. Not a problem. That is not my fight. I did what I was supposed to do. Love that baby."
Okay, so how long were you a foster mother, and how many years, did you run foster care in your home?
3 years. I 3 years, and then the pandemic hit, and that's when we closed out because they was like, "Oh, they always want you to try to get with the parents and stuff." I'm like, "No, no. It's about taking care of the child. Parents, they are adults." So when pandemic hit and COVID was really rapid and strong, I shut my doors because that's what we not gonna do. Better than my middle son and I caught COVID. No, wasn't doing that to my family. Wasn't happening.
Okay. Okay. So would you at this point in your life, would you ever go back into foster care?
What I really want to do, now that you bring this up, I could tell you what I really want to get I was thinking small. Somebody had to open my vision wider. I wanted to get a building that was, evacuated or whatever, empty, and I wanted to regut it and redo it all.
Mm-hmm.
Build each level. One level is foster care nursery for the parents who cannot afford the full daycare. They would be able to have money left over, pay for daycare.
Mm-hmm.
But then on the first floor, it would be food pantry. Second floor is the nurse. Third floor is teaching people that do not know how to read and write. Teach them like having schooling for the elderly, things to that nature. But at the same time, letting them feel bad for not knowing how to read and write, you know? And to another level floor of clothes. Like if you don't have clothes, you come off the street, take a shower, get new clothes, get a hot meal, and on the top level is where you rest your head at and have apartments. Once you get yourself up on your feet, 6 months, I give you 6 months free of living. Then you can go ahead, get a job. We'll teach you how to open up a bank account, start saving, and start helping itemize how to live. And then you can start paying rent. And then when you're old, available to now pay full rent, you can go out to the society. But that's my
Okay.
hope. So
Okay.
now,
So it's like the Sunshine Community Outreach Foundation.
correct.
Okay. See, you see how I put that together real quick? So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear you say that, and it's so many parts to the Sunshine Community Outreach Foundation, and it's so many levels and it's so many ways to help, and I'm pretty sure that you will have some youth counselors as well as some mental health counselors and some behavioral specialists just working with you on it. So that's 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 pretty exclusive. So tell me about you as a author, creative writer, and just as a creative mind.
Mm. My best thinking by the water.
Okay.
The just letting go of everything and just sit there, meditate, and then let it flow. Or I could watch the sunset or the sunrise, and then I start getting things, creativity start flowing. Or I'm just
Mhm.
listening to music, and then it'll start flowing.
Yeah, music is therapy, so of course.
Very therapeutic.
Yeah, very therapeutic. So when it comes to you being an author, go as go ahead and give us the name of your first book, and
Okay.
give us a little bit detail on the synopsis of the book, what it's about,
Okay.
why
The,
why it came from you, and how did you paint that picture to make the audience feel like they was with you at that very moment.
the first book is called In God's Hands.
Okay.
Now, my books have been given the titles per God. I'm just the vessel. But In God's Hands, just to give you a little synopsis of it, is testimonies of numerous times I could have been dead, could have been dead, but God on me, and I'm not dead. I'm still here.
Mm,
So it's different scenarios on what occurred up until now.
okay.
I
Okay.
started, yeah.
And so the revelation of these testimonials, um, what made you want to put it in author form? And and
God,
and and once people purchase your book and read it, how many lives have you touched? And what are those conversations like when you build with people after they read your book and they come back to you and want to have a conversation with you?
at the end of my book, there's a prayer, and that's for them to receive whatever God has for them fully and completely.
Uh-huh.
When they read it, they're like, oh my God, you don't look like what you've been through. Wow. Then they start thinking about, yo, I almost drowned. I could have been dead. and they start thinking back of things that they had where you knew it was nothing but God that got you out of something. Like you could have been dead, but literally you're standing here. Like that car could have hit you, but if you was just 2 inches to the left, it would have. Things like that. Started thinking about it and be like, yo, yeah. So it opened up dialogue and it opened up to, wow, your faith is that strong.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what's up. So we'll take a quick commercial break and come back, and you are tuned in with the Chatterbox with the one and only Nicole Sunshine Dalton. Yes, we are here live. Stay tuned for more important messages as we return shortly.
I can't go another day with this on my mind. And I think it's time for a discussion. Why you so hard? Show me that you love me, baby. Why you so hard? Show me that you care. So many days, so many nights, so many tears. I had to cry. Told me you love me. That was a lie. Loving you was a mistake. 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 Play me like guitar, baby. You only love me for breathing. Play with my emotion, girl. And I don't wanna be your friend. Play me like guitar, baby. Love I have for you is real, yeah. While you're playing with my heart, babe. I play my heart, babe. Let me tell you how I feel, baby. So many days, so many nights, so many tears. I had to cry. Told me you love me. That was a lie. Loving you was a mistake. Loving you was a mistake.
All right, we're back. That was Tony Amarty, Raleigh, North Carolina, with Loving You Was a Mistake. My. Whew.
I'm loving it.
Yes. That young man sang his heart out, and he's on tour right now, going all around the country. So he's doing big things. He's really tearing that Southern soul market up. You know what I mean? So he's doing his thing. So we're back with the honorable and incomparable Nicole Sunshine Dalton in the building. Yes. So this book, you wrote, it touched a lot of people, and so you went on to the next book. And what was the name of your next book, and how did you come up with that creative process?
Woo! Looking in from the outside. That is my autobiography.
Listen. I tell people this all the time. They be like, well, Jacob, I don't see it like that. I said, you don't see it like that because you're not on the outside looking in. You can only see what's on the inside looking in. So when people tell you something and you can't see it, just listen to them sometime. They can make your whole situation better. Or when you see something that you're looking at from the outside and it's a friend or a family member, and you already sense that it's going to be jacked up here in the end, Only if they would have listened to you, you could have saved them time, money, and you could have saved their feelings from getting hurt. So yeah, I can definitely dig the title of that book. So tell me what inspired you to start your creative writings, upon, writing and coming up with coming up with a release date for the book.
Well, I used to write in high school, elementary. I used to love writing and reading. So
Hmm.
then I stopped. I was part of the poetry in high school, the poetry class, things like that. We had a book come out in high school. But then I stopped because life, things to that nature. Reading and writing the most was for me to express my feelings of that was going on around me. Because, like you said, some people don't listen. So when your teenager daughter is talking to you and you're not listening, you're not hearing, or you're not seeing, what other escape is there to write or to read and escape and act like you're that person in the book?
Okay.
So then the pandemic hit, and I was married for 13 years with someone for a total of 18 years. He cheated for the second time, and I was done. So during that time, slander was going on his side, and God just kept telling me, "Shut up. What you're gonna do is write it, because your testimonies, what your trials and tribulations, is gonna help other women that's going in and coming out of a messy divorce, being lied on, cheated on, and you're just gonna tell your story. You're gonna tell
Hmm.
your testimonies of your childhood. You're gonna tell your testimony because you don't look like what you've been through. I
Oh,
don't look like I've been through. Whoo, thank you, Lord. So yeah. So then God said, wait until the divorce is finalized. Wait until he's dug his hole as deep as can be, and then gut punch him. Drop the book. And that's exactly what I did.
okay, okay, okay. Interesting, interesting. Hmm.
Because the reason why, everybody at that time, God said, I want you to see who's really for you, and I want you to see who's not for you.
Uh-huh.
Because who's really for you, no, that's not your character with him going and lying on you. Who really is for him will believe his lie and take sides. And those are the ones you delete. Those are the ones you cut off, because they can't go with you in this new journey I'm about to take you on. Because you don't want your haters with you, because they're just going to be that dead weight and hold you down and hold you back. You need to make sure your kid is all down and see the vision, even if they don't see it, but they believe in you and they believe in God, and they help you get to where you need to be. You're going to help them to where they need to be as well. That's a team. You don't need nobody's on the bench.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And looking in from the outside, everybody thought it was hunky dory, and I was like, nah, baby, if only you knew. But growing
Mhm.
up, your marriage, your business stays in half until it
Right,
can't
right.
more.
Okay, okay. Interesting, interesting. Salute to you. Salute to you. I
Thank
can
you.
dig that. Writing from a painful and emotional standpoint of view, um, can be
Therapeutic, but still.
therapeutic, but it also can be eye opening for you to see how your the transitional level of your healing is going to help heal you and your family. Because remember, married to somebody for that long and they cheated, that just not only affected you, but it affected children.
Yep.
It affected a lot of different people. So your transitional healing is going to is what open up the door for others to heal and grow with you. So that's why I say salute. I just wanted to let you know why I
Thank,
say salute. That's all.
thank,
You know what I
thank.
mean? So I have a question for you as a creative mind.
Okay.
And I've never asked you, you're the first female author I asked this question.
Okay. Well, I feel honored.
Yeah, so and it's a personal question.
Okay.
Okay, so during your pregnancy, what was the levels of your creative writing? During when the times that you were pregnant and going through your pregnancy months, what was the creative process and the levels of your writing? Because from what I understand, I'm no woman, but from what I understand, when a woman is pregnant, their intellectual thought process is very different. Their prayer is very different. The way their smile is different. Um, how they think about life and society is different. And so I'm pretty sure the creative process of writing has to be different as well. So if you can share that with us.
Writing and reading. I read so much more than what I was bedridden the first 3 months of my last two pregnancies. The last one, oh my, that was the worst one. But we have the strongest bond at all three sons. So with the pregnancies, the creativity came weird times, weird ways. But when it came, I had a pen and pad, right? Wherever I was at, and I was writing. But
Hmm.
it went in depth. Some pregnancies with the gifts that I have, I used to get nightmares at times too. And then, yes, the heavy praying, because I'm praying not just for me, I'm praying for the soul that's within me, because I'm carrying another precious cargo. So it's not just me. If something happens to me, that something will happen to the child. So
Hmm.
my prayers do change. Prayer warrior that I am, it did change even more, to the point where you get closer and closer with God. You go deeper. There's certain situations that occurred with my last pregnancy where I had hypermenesis. So that means I couldn't hold nothing down for the first 5 months. I had a home nurse, a home IV. They come change it every 3 days. Ugh. It was a horrible pregnancy, but it was still my blessing. So yeah, the creativity changes, eating habits change, the way you write change. It makes you look at things deeper. And with the last pregnancy, I looked at it deeper and life deeper and everything around. I started taking time out more to just appreciate everything because of the hell I was going through during the pregnancy. I was appreciating life a lot more.
Okay. I can dig. I can dig. I just wanted to ask that because I know
Prayer.
that's not something that is a normal question. It's kind of outside the box.
But
And
it's a
so
good thing too, because you're having one-on-one time with the fetus inside of you that turns into a baby, and you're having a one-on-one time with God. It depends on people's ministry and stuff, but mine is God,
mhm.
and it just takes you deeper. It takes you deeper. It makes you look at different, reevaluate things you used to do. Just a lot.
Right, right, right. And so with you understanding that, in the moment that you was pregnant and going through those pregnancies, and when you look at your kids and think about the prayer life when you was pregnant, think about the intellectual thought process, and think about not just the nurturing when they were born, you brought them home, but the spiritual nurturing when you was carrying them inside of you. What are those thoughts like, and what would that conversation be like this evening when you trying to explain that to me?
With them, I could just tell you now, whenever my kids are going through something, they come to me. Not their father. They come to me, Mom, let's pray. Or Mom, I just had a nightmare, let's pray. It could be 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Mom,
Hmm.
and they'll tell anybody. My mother's a prayer warrior. In the middle of the night, we'll feel her put her hand or the oil on, and she'll be praying. And then when she's done, she'll go back and just go ahead and let us go back to sleep. Like, they're so used to it now, they'll just sit there and wait until I'm done, and then they'll turn over and go back to sleep.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
spiritual, and they grew up in the church. They're church bound, they're gentlemen. They're the apples of my eyes. I look at them, and I thank God for His blessing, because He blessed me
Mhm.
with. Not many people could carry babies. So for the ones that can and bring babies into this world, that's a blessing right there. We should be
But
very
so with that being said, you have all males.
all three boys, but I have a granddaughter, my little
Okay.
snickerdoodle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. So I
But God knew
appreciate you sharing.
boys. He knew to give me boys because I can't do the whining. My granddaughter whines at times. I love a deer, but I'm like, we don't do that here.
Right. I can dig it. I can dig it. So that's what's up. So for you as a radio personality, a podcaster, um, and working with a magazine now, um, what kind of moves you when it comes to working within the entertainment business and working within radio and podcasting and even writing for a magazine? What type of stories move you that pique your interest to say that I need to put my own twist on this?
I love it when they keep it real.
Mhm.
Like, don't sugarcoat it. Like, we all have a story. So when they tell their story, I'll tell you, Parrish Smith from EPMD.
Okay.
He had me rolling. Now, growing up, I'm listening to them on the walkie-talkie, and they, like somebody didn't have it, they was playing on the walkie-talkie if you're close by, or I'm listening to the CDs or the Walkmans. You know what I mean? Back in the day, that's where we had cassettes, y'all.
Right.
And so I'm listening to them. Now I'm sitting in the room with one of them, like literally sitting in a room right next, taking pictures, touching. So it was so fun. And he's just down to earth. And he would tell us stories about the tour and how he was a prankster, still is a prankster, and everything. And they would get them scared. And the fellas had me rolling. And it's just, when you're out on the road and you're away from family and friends and you have just your musicians and everybody a part of the group there, you become a family. So he just let me to the inside of it. And I loved it. And we've been friends since. It's when
Mm,
they open up and show you the real them. Because
yeah.
the camera's always in their face, reporters always in their face, and people making up stories and just running with it, and TMZ's right outside the door of the bathroom. Like, let them breathe. Let them
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
human. There's a human side. That's why I
Right.
created
Right.
Life for Sunshine and Hip Hop Friday. I want the people to know you. They know you as an artist. They know you as an actor. They know you as this and that. But let's know you, the human side. Everybody's take. But how's Paris doing? How's Nicole doing? How are you? You know what I mean? I
Right.
the
I
person.
do. I do got an exclusive for you though. I got one for you.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, with that being said,
I'm different.
interview in right. Interviewing, cats that's been all across the world and been on stages all across the US and all overseas. They look at life a little different, the level of appreciation and humbleness for them is different because they know they got the chance that others may not ever get in their life. So when you can interview somebody like a Parrish or like with me, I interview Big V of the Nappy Roots, interview, like I said, Danny Thomas of the group Confunction, and so it was different to hear this old school guy to say, what happened to music, because when he grew up, everybody in his neighborhood know how to play at least one instrument. Like
Mhm.
like what happened, and then just telling me about the tours, and when cause Confunction is originally from California, so when they first hit the Chitlin circuit, it was different. You know what I mean? It was different to see what Ray Charles and James Brown and Sam Cooke and Otis Redding and all them guys went through, but they were still able to sell enormous amounts of records. So those type of discussions are great, and I love those type of discussions because it's not only a history lesson, but it's a lesson to understand why then and once upon a time music was the only therapy they had, and that's why they appreciate music so much to this day. And so, I can appreciate that. So, but we are about out of time. So I want you to give everybody your social media, any events you may have coming up, any projects you may have coming out. So, we can keep on celebrating sunshine for sure.
Okay. Well, you can find me on Instagram at celebrating_sunshine. Facebook is Nicole Sunshine Dalton. My website is www.godsproperty2022.com. I am going to be at the New Edition concert this Saturday at Atlantic City. I have some other things in the work. I'm waiting for Parish EPMD and the Hit Boys, Hit Squad, everybody to tell me the date of their next time they want to sit down with me, because I'm getting an exclusive. It's sometime next month, but I'm getting the exclusive before anybody else. I love them. Yeah, so there's more to come. And my books are on Amazon, just under Nicole Sunshine Dalton. I do spoken words as well. No other name but Nicole Dalton. I talk about society issues and everything. I'm on all platforms.
All right. So you heard it first. Only on the Chatterbox with yours truly, King Jacob, and we just want to give a big shout out and a big extended thanks to Nicole Sunshine Dalton, the one and only. And so I just want to thank you for connecting with me and making this kingdom connection solid. And so we can hold this glue together for years to come. So I just want to say I appreciate you. I definitely enjoyed the epic interview, and we talked about so much in a short period of time. And I'm sure we'll be chopping up a little bit more and working on some things together. So, I just want to thank you once again, and Godspeed, God's favor, God's grace. Stay blessed, stay encouraged, and we out.
Thank you.
Peace to you.